it frustrates me because it's incredibly sad how many people actually spend way too much money. Hey folks, Joel here. For those of you who don't know me, I've been running online businesses for the past 25 years and I've done over $290 million in sales online. And I want to talk to you about today is how to retire early. And it frustrates me because it's incredibly sad how many people actually spend way too much money. And honestly, even most of the people that make, if you're in the top 1%, if you make over $400,000 a year, okay? Yet, most of those people who make over $400,000 a year have absolutely zero savings. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of studying of the ultra wealthy and their mindset, and I have to share my stories with you. So first and foremost, around spending, okay? My childhood dream was to own a Ferrari. I don't know why, just was. So back in 2013, somewhere around there, I got a Ferrari F430 Spider. You can see a picture of it on your screen. Actually, it was 2012 because it was 10 years ago. I was 39. I was going through some sort of midlife crisis and so forth. And I got the Ferrari. Here's what I want you to understand when you buy anything. Buying stuff does not make you happier. So what do I mean by that? Buying stuff is like, imagine this. Imagine that you haven't eaten in 4 days and sitting in front of you is a chocolate cake or one of your favorite foods, whether it's pizza, candy, whatever. As each and every day goes by, you think about eating that food more and more because you're getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. It's the same when you're trying to acquire wealth. You know, oh, I want the dream home, I want the great car, whether it's a Bentley, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. Well, here's the same thing. Once you eat all of that chocolate cake and you're completely full, literally within minutes, the high and the craving for that food dissipates away from your mind almost immediately. And then if you're somebody who is trying to lose weight, then the anxiety and the guilt sets in. At least that's what's happened for me. And it's happened for a lot of people who've gone through this same pattern that I did. They spent way too much money. And for me, when my fixed monthly expenses are too high, that's when I get anxiety. So what's really cool now as I approach 50, this office building that I'm in, maybe you're gonna see a little bit of it now, is completely paid off. All of my cars are completely paid off. My home is paid off. And I actually have a 48-acre lakefront property that's like 85% paid off that I'm going to develop in the coming years. So right now, I'm super happy because instead of driving a Ferrari, I still have a nice car. I have a BMW 750i, but instead of increasing my expenses, I'm keeping my expenses as low as possible. And so I want to draw with you on my computer here the proof that most people who make really good money, and it doesn't matter if you make $40,000 a year or $2 million a year, a lot of people end up very broke by the time they want to retire or when death comes around. So let's go over to my computer screen here and I'm going to draw a triangle, okay? I'm going to take my time because I'm not very good at drawing. There's our triangle. These up here, those are the billionaires, okay? That's not a very good B, but anyway. And then below that, the next level down are people that make about 30 million. Sorry, this is in assets to 1 billion. I'm going to close this because it's kind of shaky. Let me do it more this way. This will be a little bit better for you. So these are assets. So people who are true billionaires, okay, are at the very top. The Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, so on and so forth. Then below that is people that have a net worth of 5 million to 30 million, okay? And then below that is everybody else who has a net worth of 1 million to, I believe it's 5 million. Now, understand this, okay? The top 1% of people in United States make over $400,000 a year, okay? Yet, only about 0.8% of people have a net worth in assets or cash of $1 million to $5 million. Now, I want you to think about that because it's incredibly frustrating to me. If you make $400,000 a year, you could still easily live off $50,000, right? No problem. Every average household lives off $50,000 a year. That means you could probably, let's conservatively put away $300,000 a year, and then let's say after you take off your taxes and so forth, let's say $180,000 a year, okay? So within 5 years, you should be into the 1 to 5 million category, without a doubt. Yet, there's more people in the top 1% than there is people with an asset of $1 million. How do you make $400,000 a year, but most people never even grab or get up to a net worth of $1 million? Why is that? Because they spend all their money, okay? So right now, I live off of about 5 to 10% of my total income. So as I mentioned, I have a BMW 750i. That car cost me about $130,000, but it's less than 10% of my total income, okay? And that's the key to moving up the ladder. So you've got that much there. Now, in this other category here, it now drops down to 0.3% of people who have assets of $5 million to $30 million, okay? Anybody who has over $30 million to $1 billion, it's actually 0.06%, okay? Which is 1 in 1,400 people, okay? Down here is one in 70 people, okay, have this net worth. And in the 5 million range, it's 1 to, what is it? I'm just looking at some notes here. 1 to 400. 1 to 400 people, okay? 1,400 people. 1,400 people here. And of course, in the super rich, it's 1 in 500,000 people. So the key, guys, is to take your money, okay? All of you, if you live in the United States, could easily live off $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Yet, people who make $400,000 a year, less than half of them end up with a asset of $1 million. That means they're spending all their money all the time. Listen, somebody who's making $400,000 a year, within 3 to 4 years, 5 years maximum, should be into that category. The best example that I love to use is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson allegedly made over $500 million a year in his career, $500 million. And yet by the time his career was over, he was completely broke. Now, Kudos to Tyson now. He's doing very well on social media. And I bet you he's probably worth $10 million now, in that range. But in comparison to $500 million, it's absolutely peanuts. And if you look at Tyson now, he's really humbled himself from being so erratic and being such a huge spender. So if you're in that spending category, like 99% of people are, most people live paycheck to paycheck. They never put any money away. Next thing you know, they hit 50 years old and they get into a huge panic because they've remortgaged their home twice to do the backyard or put in a new pool or get a new car or whatever the case may be. And let me say this one last thing one more time. When you spend money, okay, when you spend any type of money whatsoever, it's really fun for about the first 5 minutes. So when I got the Ferrari, I kid you not, on the ride home, I was like, yeah, man, I made it. I'm so cool. I'm doing so awesome. Then I had to stop for gas. And it was like a personal bubble invasion. Everybody's up against me. Hey, dude, cool car. And here in Texas, I thought I was going to get a gun on my side and somebody was going to steal my car. Within 3 to 4 days, it honestly didn't matter if I was driving a Prius or Ferrari. It still got me from point A to point B. Now, that doesn't mean you don't buy yourself nice things for working really hard, but if you stay at that 10% of your income or less, then it's going to give you a lot less anxiety because you don't have so many fixed bills. And when you don't have so many fixed bills, that's what creates long-term fulfillment and happiness. So listen, folks, if you like these videos, click the like button, click the bell notification button, click to get notified of all my videos. Please leave me a comment because it leaves a great help with me in the algorithms and so forth. And I hope this helps you start to think that, hey, how do I do this? Now, one last thing. If you're making only $40,000 a year, you know, that's kind of like the bare minimum to live off in a small household, then you're going to have to start selling things. You might want to get it into affiliate marketing online. You might want to sell somebody else's product on the side. You can easily create a side hustle and take all the profits from that side hustle and put it into investments or put it into, the S&P. You can put it into trading. I personally put most of my profits into real estate because it's something that I know very well. I do own some cryptocurrency, but that type of stuff, I'm willing to lose that money. I know long-term, real estate is the key, whether it's land or buildings or property, because the world is not getting any bigger, but the population is growing. And the population is going to continue to grow for some time. And as long as the population is growing, the places for people to live, because the world's not getting any bigger, becomes more and more and more scarce. So anyway, folks, have an awesome day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.